Use of English Part 4 is the hardest part of the whole exam, or at least that's what students tell me. So today we're going to take a look together at a Use of English Part 4 from an FCE B2 exam, and we'll go through the sentences one by one together to help you improve this part. My name is Becca. This is Lemon Squeezy English. Let's go. So if you are unfamiliar with Use of English Part 4, this is what it looks like. We have 6 sentences. The first sentence is complete. The second sentence is incomplete. And as you can see in each sentence, they've given us a word in capital letters in bold. Our task here is to make the second sentence have the same meaning as the first sentence by using the word that they give us, and we have to use between 2 and 5 words. So let's start with the first sentence. It says, I'm sure Luisa was very upset when she lost her money. The word that we need to use is have. Remember, we cannot change it. We cannot put had or has or having. We have to leave it like this, have. And the second sentence starts with Luisa, or gap, very upset when she lost her money. I'm going to give you a very useful tip here. The first thing that you should do is cross out or highlight the words that you have that are the same in both sentences. So for example, Luisa is in the first sentence. Luisa is also in the second sentence. Very upset when she lost her money. We also have that in the second sentence. This can really help us to focus on exactly what we need to express in the second sentence. Okay, so I'm sure and was, because the rest, we already have it in the second sentence. So the word that we need to use is have. Okay, so let's start by writing the word have here so we don't forget to use it. So what they're looking for here is for you to express the phrase I'm sure. Okay, but this sentence starts with Luisa, and we cannot say has, right? Luisa has, because we cannot change the word. So a way that we can express I'm sure is by using a modal verb. Do you know it? We can use the modal verb must to say that we are sure about something, right? And this verb is in the past. So we need here have. We cannot change it. We need a past participle of this verb. Luisa must have been very upset when she lost her money, right? We use must when we're sure of something, right? If you passed the exam, you must be happy. If you passed the exam in the past, you must have been very happy when you saw your results, right? So let's take a look at the next question, number 2. It says, during the quiz, I could not think of the correct answer to the winning question. The word that we need to use is come. Remember, we cannot change it. And the second sentence says, during the quiz, I was not something, the correct answer to the winning question. So let's use the same technique, right? We have the correct answer to the winning question, which we also have in the second sentence. Okay, we have during the quiz, I, and we also have that in the first sentence. So we don't need to focus on that, right? So we have could not think of is what we need to express in the second sentence. But instead of could not, we have was not. So a way that we can express could not by using the verb to be in the past is I was not able to. Okay, so now we have think of, right? But if we say I was not able to think of the correct answer to the winning question, this is fine, but we haven't used the word come. So a phrasal verb that means the same. To think of, using the word come, is to come up with. This is an extremely common phrasal verb, especially in the B2 exam. To come up with means to think of something or to suggest something. We need to come up with a plan, right? We need to think of a plan. So the answer is, I was not able to come up with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. Perfect. Okay, so the next question, number 3, says, I cannot get all my clothes in the suitcase. The word is big. And the second sentence is the suitcase, something, take all my clothes. So again, we have the suitcase, okay, all my clothes, and all my clothes. Okay, so what do we need to focus on? I cannot get, right? And in. And we have here, instead of get, the verb has been changed to take, and we have to use the word big. So what I'm saying in the first sentence, if I cannot get all my clothes in the suitcase, my suitcase is too small, right? But we have the word big. So we are going to need the opposite, right? The suitcase is not big enough. Be careful with the order here. A lot of students make a mistake by saying enough big, but the order is the suitcase is not big enough. And then we have take, right? We're missing here, whenever we use enough, to or enough, we have to use a full infinitive. So it's not big enough to take all my clothes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Remember, we can use between 2 minimum and 5 maximum. All right, so let's move on to number 4. Number 4 says, it was raining heavily, so I stayed at home. And we have the word if. This should tell you something already about the next sentence. We have, I would have gone out, something, raining heavily. Okay, so raining heavily is in the first sentence. It's also in the second sentence. Okay, so it was raining heavily, so I stayed at home. The word if should ring an alarm in your brain. What type of sentence do we need if we're using the word if? A conditional, exactly. So let's take a look at the second sentence. We have, I would have gone out, right? What tense is this? What conditional? Are we looking at a first, second, or third conditional? What do you think? Exactly. We're looking at a third conditional because we have a past, it was raining, and we also have stayed at home, right? So this is kind of the opposite. Yeah, I stayed at home. I would have gone out. So I would have gone out. The third conditional is if plus past perfect plus would have, and then the past participle. And we have that here, would have and the past participle. I would have gone out. So we need here if. Subject in the sentence is it, if it. And then we need the past perfect, which is had, and the past participle. So if it had not, right? I'm thinking about the opposite. So if it had not been raining heavily. Okay, let's put that back. Yeah, if it had not been raining heavily. All right, so the next one says, Karen doesn't like to play the piano as much as I do. The word that we have is keen, right? So Karen playing the piano than I am. So we have Karen in both sentences. Play the piano. Play the piano. And as much as I do, and then we have I am. Okay, so we have the word keen, but we also have here a comparative, as much as I do. And in the second sentence, we have the word than, which tells us that we need a comparative in the second sentence as well. So Karen doesn't like to. A synonym of like is keen, but we need a preposition. So we're going to say Karen is not keen, and the preposition is on, right? That's why the next verb is in the gerund, ing. Okay, whenever we have a preposition, the next verb needs to be in ing. So Karen is not keen on playing the piano than I am. Okay, but we have than, so we need a comparative, right? So instead of saying is not keen on, we should say Karen is less keen on playing the piano than I am. Okay, so the last sentence, number 6, says, I regret not buying that bike when I had the chance. And we have the word wish. So the second sentence is, that bike when I had the chance. So very simple, that bike when I had the chance. That bike when I had the chance. Okay, that's the same in both. We also have the subject in both sentences. So what do we need to focus on? Regret not buying. Okay, we have the word wish. So we have a subject, I, and then a verb, I wish. When we regret something about the past, we use I wish plus the past perfect. Remember, we said past perfect is the verb had, and then the past participle. So I wish, subject again is I, had, and then the past participle of the verb buy is bought. Yeah, I wish I had bought that bike. We need it in the positive here, because if you regret not buying it, you wish you had bought that bike when I had the chance. Okay? Use of English Part 4 is all about understanding the grammar and practicing. Practice makes perfect. So if you're looking for some extra exercises, click on the link in the description to download a PDF with hundreds of Use of English Part 4 exercises to help you improve. So if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.